First of all, I want to say thank you to every news outlet that's came out to, for this. I mean, obviously, I know it kind of went national what happened to my neighbor's house with cars flying in and out of this neighborhood. And then obviously this whole thing happened with my neighbor of people speeding around this neighborhood like it's like a racetrack. And I think we gotta as neighbors, I think we all gotta come together and put speed bumps here because everybody. I mean, 2 hours ago we had my neighbor Nick had a neighborhood party where there was probably 30 kids, 20 adults. I mean, if this would have happened 20 minutes earlier, somebody would have been dead. And not just that, but so after this whole incident happens to my neighbor, he gets assaulted or whatnot. And obviously, I know that the cameras and the media outlets have been out here. Obviously, you guys know how you guys get the addresses and whatnot. Somebody broke into my home this morning at about 4:45, 4-ish, around anywhere between 4:30 and 5. My studio and the side of my house is broken into, and they were able to steal a bunch of cameras, a couple cameras that were. One of them is FX3. So if you guys want to kind of just look out, and the other one was
Sony ZV-E10.
yeah, and then obviously another laptop, and not just on top of that, but they ended up stealing my UFC belt. So it was my inaugural bout where I first became champion. Obviously, guys, like to me, it's just a memory. I've had so much things happen to me. It's not about the belt, but it's more about the security. And I think us as neighbors, we gotta come together, and we gotta get the city involved to make this a better place because we literally have a police station that is a mile away from here. And could there be some type of patrolling? I mean, there's been things that's been happening around this neighborhood that just it doesn't make sense. This is a very tight niche community. Like I consider all my neighbors, part of like family. I truly do. I mean, when there's an event, we're there. If something happens and Wayne gets hurt, everybody was there. So if there's anything that we could possibly do to speed up the process to keep our neighborhood safe, whether it's security or adding speed bumps to our community, and not just our community, but the rest of the city, it's going to make Maricopa County and Phoenix just a better place. You guys have anything that you guys maybe want to add? Anybody? Did I kind of go over everything?
They need to add more police to our police department because I think we're about 500 police short of what we should be.
More than that.
Is it more than that? Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you, do you
and
think
it
this
actually.
is random?
I'm sorry.
What happened to you?
We don't know. We're not too sure if it's.
What do you think?
We're not sure. We're not gonna. Obviously, we already got a police report. They found some fingerprints, so there is a glass that maybe they touched. So there's potential fingerprints there, but if any, but we're not too sure. But it could be, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like how ironic this happens to Wayne, and next you know it. Oh, okay. Like it could be related, but. Or it could just be a random act of people just going into people's houses. So lock your doors, get a camera, and buy a damn gun. And that's just the way I see it because, I mean, like I even go back and think of Wayne's story. Like somebody could have died that day if I wasn't there to really grab this young man, a 22-year-old, put him down. And he had a gun, and then my other neighbor had a gun. So something could have seriously happened. So luckily, happened to be at the right place at the right time where I was able to secure him, call police, and then do the whole nine. It's just something that I do feel like it's unfortunate that we live right next to a police station, and even me like calling for a police report, like, well, it's gonna take a minute. And you're right, absolutely, Wayne. There should be more police officers. We should employ more police officers. That's it, and particularly being literally 1 mile, maybe even less than a mile from where we all live. So, not sure if it's related, but. This is a great community, man. We love Tonka Vista, the Biltmore area. People will probably recognize it a little bit more that way. But I think the more than anything, if I can give some advice to all your neighbors, you guys get some cameras. Get some cameras, lock your doors. We just bought some today, and we're thinking about it. It's like as soon as something happens, go out and get them. Because justice needs to be served. As a matter of fact, I didn't bring it up, but actually Dylan was actually in, my producer. He was in the studio when the guy came in, and he thought it was me. And he was able to take the camera, and I think once he took the belt and he saw the glass fall, is when he pretty much stormed out and left the door open. So this was with somebody actually really in there.
How'd the guy get in? First place. Break anything? Like bust a glass or what?
Apparently he was sleeping but the door was open.
Unlocked.
So the door was unlocked.
This is like 4 a.m.
This was roughly anywhere between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Between 4:30 and 5:45.
What's your message to the people that did this to you and your family?
Dude, I mean, what message do I have? I would like for them to get arrested. I don't have a message, man. You guys are gonna not rob the wrong house, and it's gonna cost you your life. You know, same thing with that kid. That kid got a second chance. That one went through Wayne's house, and then two, you know, that assaulted him, but he got a second chance at life. He really did. And for those kids who, I mean, America, if you guys think this community is safe, but everybody here is armed. So you just happen to somewhat get away. Because if I had my gun, it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't. Because now you're messing with my family. And it's a one thing fighting. There's another thing when my family's in danger.
Your studio is a separate building?
I'm sorry?
Is your studio a separate building?
It's connected to my house, but yes, there's no entry into my house.
I mean, I would immediately think that all of your stuff was in the actual house, not the studio. That could have been very different than waking up Dylan, and this could have been inside the main part of your house.
Yeah. And thank God, I mean, we lock everything. I mean, we do have an alarm or whatnot, but I think sometimes you tend to overlook things. And, you know, I guess I could say shame on me for not being more responsible.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
We would like to say to the person responsible for taking Henry's belt, most importantly, listen, this guy is a wonderful person. If you know the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into earning a world championship title, you would understand that to take something like that. First of all, the sentimental value. Myself, I'd like to say I'd give you a $10,000 reward to please return the belt back. And as a kicker, as a bonus, Henry Cejudo will not pick you up, drop you on your head, put you in a pretzel, and deliver justice like he does typically to people that break the law in the state of Arizona, okay? We'll give you a full blanket pass, a full pardon. This guy's a Christian. He puts his faith in Christ first. That's why you see him turning the other cheek. But on behalf of us, the members of this community, we feel that you have a responsibility to do the right thing, and until the right thing's done, we'll hold that person accountable. But if you want to return the belt, leave it where you found it, somewhere here nearby. You know where it's at. We won't press charges. I'll strongly encourage Henry not to do that, but we do think that these people deserve to defend themselves, and thank God for people like Henry Cejudo that's willing to stand up against terrible people that break the law. And Dylan Rush, too. Good job, guys.
Can you give us
Can
your
we get
name?
your first and last name?
Huey Johnston.
Can you spell that for us?
HUGHIEJOHNSTON.
And your title? Do you live on
Yeah,
the
you
street
could,
or-
if you wanted to contact me, the person responsible for taking the belt, you could contact me on Instagram at Huey_Vuitton. The offer stands. It's a real offer. Just return the belt. You're not going to be able to sell it. You're not going to get anything out of it. It's going to be red hot. Every pawn shop in town isn't going to want to buy that thing. You're going to know that it belongs to Triple C. He earned it the hard way. Anything stolen, it isn't yours. Just give it back. Do the right thing.
Yeah. But I think more than anything, it's just security. Like, stop driving like maniacs. Wayne, do you want to say a couple words?
No, that's all right.
Can I just ask you one more question? You mentioned your family. What's it like knowing this happened so close to where your family sleeps in?
It's just disturbing. It's just like I'm trapped. It's you don't want to leave home now, you know. But life goes on. I think the best thing is lock your doors and buy a gun and get some cameras. Protect your family. That's why I love America. You know, we're never going to be overtaken by the government. Everybody's strapped, and I appreciate that from this country.
Big dog too. Get a big dog.
Yeah, get a big dog. I don't know about that one, but
Not everybody's
I
as
have so much
fortunate to have Henry.
responsibility, too.
I know.
you know, I don't want to add another one. But other than that, guys, anybody else have anything else?
Yeah, very quick. I mean, your belt, I imagine it's priceless to you. Can you talk a little bit about you losing your belt?
No, I mean, honestly, like, I've lost my gold medal in a fire. I mean, talk about just, I've learned to, a good mentor of mine, Travis Holcomb, he always gave me this beautiful advice, and I haven't talked to him in forever, and I dearly miss him. And he says, hold on to things loosely, because nothing's forever. And I think when I won the Olympics, I remember him telling me that it didn't make sense until I had to jump out of that 2-story building. Santa Rosa fire, the biggest fire in California history. I lost a lot of my memorabilia, so I'm accustomed to that. I've never been a material guy anyways. I really haven't. I think it's more of that emotion that's just pumped behind it. But even then, I got the memories. I think it's just more for my kids and their grandkids. That, hey, look at what grandfather did. But even that, I can care. I mean, it probably means more to people. They're more heartfelt. I think more for me, it's just more about the safety. Safety with one. I think we do need more police officers, and I do want to, get a meeting with the mayor of the city of Phoenix and maybe even the governor, and create something. And then two, we do have to put speed bumps. But people be patrolling, and it's not just this neighborhood. It's every neighborhood that just has a straightaway. Kids die every year because of this. Get off your damn phone, and you guys just do what's right. And that's nice of you to. That's $10,000 too, man.
Does it feel like an invasion of space, like when you think about someone?
Yeah, a little bit. It really does. And like I said, this is an all-American type neighborhood. Like, I have lived in a lot of great places, but man, you can't beat our neighborhood. Like, we really are. We unite, we come together. So I hope you guys feel good too about all this. I know it's a lot. It's been a lot for us. It's been a lot for this neighborhood. It's been a lot for the last 2 days, and it's just.
Well, I'm sure I'm not
I
the
need a
only
margarita.
one. Some people are like, the coincidence of that happening, now this happening. Do you think it's some sort of retaliation or involved at all?
It could. I mean, you can't rule it out, but it could be. It could be. It's just, I think more importantly, I just want to get the message out. Lock your doors and get cameras. Well, yeah. So I went to the studio in the morning, and I just like, hey man, why is my belt missing? I just went and I saw the glass was on the desk. And I was just like, why is this glass on the desk? And obviously Dylan, he was working late, and he was there, and I just saw him he was just kind of waking up. He's like, whoa, what's going on? And at first I thought he was kind of playing with me. We play around a lot. He's like, no, bro, it's gone. And then he started, and he looked around because I believe the camera was right next to him when he was sleeping. It was literally right next to him. So these guys had a chance to go in. They didn't turn the light on to actually take the camera and then sneak off with the belt. But when they went to go sneak off with the belt, the glass fell, and then that's when they just pretty much dropped the belt. That's when they pretty much just fled the scene.
Yeah.
Left the door open.
Did it take a minute to kind of process what happened or what's going through your mind?
I don't put anything past anybody. I really don't. So it's not like I'm crying here. More than anything, I'm probably upset or angry or mad of the situation. But no, I'm good, man. We have, my family's good.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing happened to Wayne on Friday night, so we are good. We just want to let the community know that this stuff happens, and if anybody knows anybody. Huey Johnson just offered $10,000 for anybody that knows who the imposter was that came in and broke into my house.
Yeah. But when you saw the belts gone, did it take you a minute to realize what had happened?
No, not really, because
No,
I've been
you're
through so much, so it's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I'm
your
a world
wife-
champion. I don't need the belt to prove that.
Yeah.
But it's sentimental, but whatever. I'm going to the Suns game here in a little bit.
Yeah. And
So
were your wife and kids home last night? when
they
this
were.
happened?
They were. So my wife is tripping. So she's trying to learn how to fight.
For anyone that has any info to contact me or you or somebody, give them the contact.
Yeah. For anybody that has any information on anything that happened, you guys can contact number 911, or you guys can. It's at Dylan Rush, and for Huey is at _ Huey Vuitton.
Huey_Vuitton, and Henry's at least considering not pressing charges at this time. Dylan has a eyewitness account. He saw the person physically. We don't want to say too much here into the press, but we also have some other footage that we may or may not be withholding for the police's investigation. If you would return the belt within the next 48 hours, we strongly will advise Henry to not press charges, and we won't have any further conflict. We promise we won't pretzel you and drop you on your head like Henry normally does guys that try to do bad by him. But we have some footage.
And my wallet.
We have some fingerprints.
They took your wallet?
And yeah,
Took everything
unfortunately,
from it.
we have a really strong case, and I feel very poorly for the person that done this because I don't think you understand the implications this could have in your future. But Henry's generously considered not pressing charges if you will return the belt. It's as simple as driving by and leaving it where you found it. He knows, you know, and I think we kind of already have an ID on the person, so I think it's best if you return it now. Thank you.